Hello, thanks for tuning in and checking out this video to introduce you to Jen Smith. We're really delighted to have her with us here at CTL. We have had this great opportunity presented to us to be an internship site. So we were approached by the Bishop Hutterer of Grand Canyon Synod, who is also working this out with Lutheran Seminary, where Jen's been finishing up her seminary education. And so we are delighted to have this opportunity. This is a neat congregational mission. It's the way to look at this. I think churches always benefit when there's an intern in residence. Because we get stuff done that we might not otherwise get done if we didn't have the intern here. But that's not really the primary focus of internship. The primary focus of internship is for this congregation to give you all of the opportunities that we can give her to experience what it is to be a pastor. And so that's the broad idea of what it means to be an intern, to learn to have those experiences of pastoral leadership, of pastoral ministry, and in the congregation. So, Jen, tell us a little bit about your specific ideas about what it means to be an intern.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you, first of all, for asking me to have this chat with you, and also thanks for inviting me to Christ the Lord, and thanks to all of you for welcoming me so far. Look forward to meeting you in person. From the internship, I really just hope to get to know God better myself, to grow in my own faith. But as I do that, also to help all of us to have a closer walk, and really to learn from each of you about the experiences and the relationships that you've had, and just to create a space for the sacred in our lives, and a way for us to figure out what God's mission is to the world here in this crazy time of the 21st century.
Crazy time indeed. Yeah, it really is. As Jen goes along, there will be an internship committee who will be also working with her, in addition to me working with her. And we will actually develop in these first few weeks a covenant that will follow along, and we'll develop goals and specific goals things that we want to make sure that she achieves. We know that some of this work won't happen at CTL. We all know that this congregation is a little peculiar. We don't have children and confirmation ministry and some of those kinds of things. So we're looking forward to partnering with Living Water and with New Covenant Lutheran Church and New Journey Lutheran Church to find other opportunities for Jen. She'll preach. I expect you will see her in September, on a Sunday in September preaching. And so while we're doing video kinds of things, she'll be doing video preaching and online, and we'll get her, look forward in 18 months. She's going to be here 18 months. And we hope that in that 18 months that she's with us here at CTL, that things will change, that the coronavirus will run its course, and we'll have opportunity to do Sunday morning together, and much similar to how we used to do it. Maybe not exactly the way we used to do it, but we hope we'll do that. As she reaches the end of your internship, you also reach the end of your seminary education. So February of 2022, you expect to graduate and be ordained and become a pastor in a setting someplace. So tell us a little bit about your sense of call. How did you get the sense that you wanted to become a pastor, an ordained minister?
Well, I think that God has been calling me my whole life. And it just took him a little longer to prepare me maybe than it did some other people. He gave me a lot of other experiences to bring me here. And my sense of call became much clearer when my husband and I did a corporate relocation to Geneva. And I became very involved in the Lutheran church there and had several mentors who encouraged me to pursue this path. And so a few of the things that really excite me about that are the liturgy. I love the Lutheran liturgy, the traditional liturgy. And I also am really excited about ways to contextualize it and bring it to maybe people who don't understand it yet and who don't see the beauty of it. That's really exciting to me. The other thing that's exciting to me in my sense of call is just the whole sense of vocation. that no matter what we're doing, if we're a spouse or a parent or a friend or a colleague, a student, whatever we're in, whatever we're doing, everything is truly a calling. And so how can we all see that and live that out? And then also, because as a mother and grandmother, I want to make sure that we're building a foundation and we're leaving a legacy that lets our children and grandchildren love the church as much as we do, so that they can carry on the work, whatever that's going to look like, because I'm not sure we really know what that looks like yet. But I hope that we can all be part of creating that for them.
All right. So Geneva, and you told me you started your seminary education in Singapore, right?
I did.
Yeah?
I did.
So you were in Singapore as well for a while, started there, and then went to seminary back here at... Asbury, which is in Kentucky. So, and then you're going to get these last 2 years of seminary education at Luther to kind of make sure you got all your Lutheran duckies in a row, right?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So you've been around a bit. You, though, live here in North Scottsdale. So tell us how you ended up living in North Scottsdale.
I do. Well, my husband and I have been married for 38 years, and we have moved over a dozen times. One of our corporate relos brought us out here to the Phoenix area in the late 90s. We were only here for a very short time, but we had a daughter who, when we got transferred again, said, "I'm not going this time." And she had her job, and she was out of college, and she was settled. So we've kind of had a presence in the valley since the late 90s. We went abroad, and when it was time to start thinking about coming back, we looked around at all the places we wanted to come back to the States, and because we had our daughters here, this took precedence, and so here we are.
Here you are. Well then, so you've got a daughter. Tell us about your family.
All right. Well, Charlie and I have 2 daughters. Our older daughter lives in St. Louis. She has 3 children. She's married to Josh. She's Jessica, and he's Josh, and they have Stella, Graham, and Mia. And they are Stella, Graham, and Mia.
3 kids. All right.
So 10, 8, and Mia Faith will be 5 on the 25th of this month. So it's a big deal for our family. And then I have another daughter, Kate, and her husband, Craig, and they live here in Scottsdale as well, and they have twins who are 3.5 years old, and that's Annabelle and Owen.
Annabelle, Owen. Now we have an Owen in the congregation. You watching, Owen? It's great to have you and your family here. We are just delighted, again, as I said earlier, to have this opportunity and this experience for you. Pastor Jen will be with me a lot. The idea is for her to shadow me on things. I've already copied her on a couple of emails that I get back and forth. So there will be kind of open communication between Jen and I that's going to take place so that she can learn from the things that I'm doing. Now, I know that affects how we do confidentiality, because there'll be times when she'll be out on her own. I'll send her out on a visit to visit one of you, or to go someplace. She'll probably make some opportunities to have some Zoom calls with some of you so that she can meet more of the people in the congregation and get a sense for that. As she's doing that, the confidentiality thing that you expect to have between you and your pastor applies to Jen, except that she shares everything with me, because it's a learning experience. And the idea is for her to say, this is what happened, this is what I said, what do you think? And I may agree or disagree. It doesn't necessarily matter that we do things differently. It's just that we want to have that experience of her having bounced it off of someone. So I just want everybody to be aware of that, and aware of the fact that will be sharing things with Pastor Jen. Of course, you always have the option of saying, I really don't want that to happen, and of course, we'll make sure that it doesn't. But with all of that, we will be a team for the next 18 months, and we haven't had, it's a new experience for me, it's a new experience for you, it's a new experience for the congregation. So with that, why don't you close out, just give folks how you do the thank you, what you'd like to say.
I would love to meet all of you. If we could have a Zoom coffee, call the office, and you can get in touch with me, and I'd love to hear your story of faith. And until we can meet in person, I look forward to hearing from you, email, phone calls, and Zoom. God bless you, and I'm very happy to be here.
Thanks, everybody.